everybody? What's going on? What's going on? And welcome back to another week, another edition, another episode of us getting right back here in the spotlight. It's your guy, Jeff Will, and I'm so happy to be on with you guys here on a Friday night here on the spotlight. Guys, oh my goodness, shout outs to everybody who keeps coming in every Friday night and checking us out. Listen, we love you. We love the support that you guys keep on giving us week in and week out, and we want to let you know we cannot do this without you. Listen, let's go on to tonight. Tonight is going up in a major way. We got none other than JJ Hairston, Jonathan McReynolds, and Molly Music dropping a new album today called Adulting. We're going to talk about that. And we have Darius Twyman on. It's going up in a major way. This is what I need you guys to do. I need you to like, share, comment, add, subscribe, whatever, on whatever platform that you're on. I need you to go ahead and let everybody know. Listen, I dare you to tag all your friends on Facebook, and I dare you to just keep on just post it out to everybody on your link, on in your phone and all that type of stuff. Do whatever you got to do, but I need you to let everyone know it's going down here on In the Spotlight. Also, a couple housekeeping rules. I need you to go ahead and text gospel to 39970. That is, text gospel to 39970, so you can be on the A-list, so you can know all the news and all the happenings of what's going on here on the spotlight. Listen, I got to do some shout outs right here. Listen, if I was on the praise party, I say this: put your city in the chat right now. Put your city in the chat right now. Put your city in the chat right now. Let's go. Put your city in the chat right now. Ooh, I got to tell Kerry, we got to cut that. Put your city in the chat right now. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Shout them out, shout them out, shout them out. Hey, shout them out. That's what I would do. Listen, continue to put your cities in the chat. I see y'all. I see y'all. What's going on, Birmingham? What's going on, Atlanta? What's going on? What's going on, Houston? What's going on? What's going on? We see y'all. We see y'all. We see y'all. What's going on, Philly? What's going on, Boston? I see you. North Carolina in the chat. I see y'all. I see y'all. Come on, throughout the show, I want you to keep on putting your city in the chat. We're going to shout you out as long as we're on. Listen, it's going up in a major way. Listen, let's go ahead and do a recap from last week and see what you missed right here on In the Spotlight. Welcome back, the one, the only, Keith Wonderboy Johnson, right here on In the Spotlight. Keith!
The God's music man right there. Boy, you everywhere, Keith. I saw you in Huntsville.
What's on, KD? It deserves, because there's a lot of rich talent. There's a lot of gifted people who live in Shreveport, and oftentimes people don't get an opportunity to see that because we're considered a small city. And God spoke to me, and God said, there is some good that can come out of Nazareth.
In your spirit, your voice. I spoke with you and your husband today, yes, and it's been a long, like what he said, it's been a long time coming. And, we still got a long way to go, yes, but we're willing to take that journey with you, me and the entire.
God is good. And I'm so grateful to you, Mr. Douglas, and Jeff, and the Black Smoke Music Worldwide Experience for giving me this opportunity and sharing your platform with me. I don't take that lightly. And I'm so grateful for my brother, Keith, who always keeps me.
The COVID thing. I know God's music, the music y'all do, y'all go out every week. How is that? How's that working for you?
Oh my goodness. What a recap. Listen, let's go ahead and get into it. So like I said, Molly Music and Jonathan McReynolds dropped their album Adulting today. And guess what? I had a chance to catch up with Molly Music on the blue carpet of the Stellar Awards. Listen, let's go ahead and check this interview out right here on In the Spotlight. He's already there. Listen, what's going on? Welcome back to Kerry Douglas's Spotlight, Gospel Mix Radio. Listen, we're live with the one, the only Molly Music. Man, how you feeling, man?
Man, I'm hot. But this is beautiful because I'm around so many dope people. I think Kiara just went that way. Pastor Mike did.
Yeah.
Yolanda Adams is right here. So I'm grateful to be in this moment, man.
Listen, man, you did your thing at the pre-show, man. You
Man,
did
they
your
keep
thing.
saying that,
man,
brother.
you did your thing, brother.
I'm so glad. I feel that we should be represented. There's a generation of us that's on another level, you know what I mean? And
Yes,
we
sir.
still love the Lord, doing things a little different.
Yes, sir. Listen, you got that new singing. Anybody in here blessed? I'm blessed. Anybody in here blessed? I'm blessed. Listen, man, you tearing
Hold on.
up.
I got to say shout out to Kerry, Black Smoke, because I know that's y'all, because y'all got the best looking camera out here. So, bruh, I love you. All right, go ahead.
Listen, man, you know you good, man. Listen, I told you, man, you good. You do this, man. Shoot. So, who you interested in seeing tonight, man?
I really want to see Pastor Mike go off, and I am going to be supporting Ty every second of what he's doing as he's hosting this event. Yes.
Absolutely. Finally, we appreciate you, man.
Thank
Much
you,
love
bruh.
to you, man. Much
Keep
success.
doing work, and you look good out here, boy.
Man, appreciate it, dog.
Got you,
Appreciate
now.
it, dog. Listen, you never know who's going to show up on the spotlight. Listen, stay tuned, guys. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Spotlight. Oh, my goodness. Shout outs to Molly Music for that dope interview. Like I said, and I don't know, but I believe me and the boss man, we caught up with none other than Jonathan McReynolds. As you guys know, Jonathan McReynolds and Molly Music are on tour right now. They just dropped the album today, Adulting. Listen, we caught up with Jonathan McReynolds. Let's go ahead and check out this interview right here on In the Spotlight. Hey, what's going on, everybody? And welcome back to the Spotlight with your guy, Jeff Ware, and my guy, Kerry Douglas. Listen, we got a special guest on the live tonight. Listen, let me go ahead and give him the right intro, the proper intro that he is due in this season. Listen, Grammy Award winning, 7-time Stellar Award winner. Listen, 2-time #1 album on the charts. Listen, one of the hosts of BET Sunday's Best and the best gospel basketball player of all time. Listen, y'all go ahead, put some clapping emojis in the comments right now and welcome up Jonathan McReynolds.
My dude, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Man, feeling good, man. Feeling great. How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I just got off the phone with Kerry. We going at each other about who's really all-time best.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. See, I can't wait for this. I feel like y'all got something in store. Y'all about to go ahead and put on video so the people can see.
Hey, man, that's the plan. We'll see how many people are actually afraid of actually getting on the court. You know, everybody get bold in social media.
So you call it Ike a social media social media bully.
No, I mean, no, I can hoop. I've seen him hoop. You know, there's a few of them I've actually seen hoop. So I know I can hoop, but you know, he don't like us getting all the shine over right now. He's like, y'all better remember me, put some respect on my name. But I'm like, man, you gotta let some of us young bucks get some of the glory just for 1 second.
Man, just go ahead and hit a three, hit about 5 threes in a row, go ahead, tie him down. He be all right.
That's cool.
He be good.
Yeah.
He be good. Man, so you're coming off a Grammy, man. How does that feel, man?
Oh, man, it's an honor, man. I'm really excited. Just not just for me, man, but just some of the new faces, you know what I'm saying, in gospel. You know, that's a tough stage because you got people who are not necessarily a part of the gospel community. They're not gonna see everything that we see. They're not gonna see all the new faces. They're not gonna hear all the new songs. They're not gonna know which one's #1, #2. They know the legends. They know the greats. And they even know some of the R&B or pop artists or hip hop artists that'll do gospel albums. But when an actual, you know, new face of gospel that maybe a Stellars will recognize, gets recognized in the Grammys as well, whether it's me, Travis, Kiki, anybody, I'm happy about it.
Yeah. Hey, man. So, you know, you're in the Kerry Douglas Spotlight night on this Friday. So, look, I noticed that you've worked with Doe and also Molly. Just talk a little bit about how it was working with them. And I noticed that you're developing Doe, and you're doing a great job.
Hey, man. Well, first of all, Molly's my brother, man. I've known him for a long time. It's amazing that it took us, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years to actually do something. Best impression of Bruno and Anderson .Paak now. Now we feel locked in. We feel like we should do some more.
Hey, can I join? Can I join the group?
Hey, man.
I hear you.
Hey, man, I hear you, bro. Yes, sir.
Hey, I bought this especially for you today.
Just right now. That's funny, man.
Just went and bought it, man.
See, when you got money, you can just buy musical instruments for an interview. That's what you do that.
I love it, man. But I love everything that you do, man. You've been a great inspiration for the industry. Actually, Jonathan, you haven't been here that long. You know that, right?
I mean, it feels like it's new, but then I look and then I remember I got signed in literally 9.5 years ago. So it's kind of like it ain't been a long time, but it ain't been a short time either. And
well,
so
let's look at it. It looks like everything that blew up in like the last 3 years. It seemed like to 3, 4 years. I guess we've been through 2 years of this COVID thing, but yeah. I mean, man, you have just done some wonderful things. And so, what's near and dear to me, what my entire history has been about is really breaking new artists, man. And, you're not a veteran, but you've lived the life of one. It seems like you've been here for a long time, but really it has not been that long. So what would you like to say to some of the up and coming artists? Tell me, just kind of go back to, when you got started and kind of talk to these guys and, let them know, some of the procedures and the steps you took, because everybody looking at your glory, but they don't really know your story,
Yeah, man. I'll say this, and this was back when I first met Molly, and Molly was, he was pioneering, he was killing the game, he was showing our generation another way to do this Jesus thing. And he told me one thing. He said, "Hey, man, on these live shows, let the people feel you." And I remember him saying that I was extremely green. Y'all don't even understand how green I was. I was green like a frog in grass. So I didn't know nothing. It was all a blur. I felt underneath every show. And so I remember him telling me that and me really not knowing what to do with that. But I'll say this to all the upcoming artists: let the people feel you. You got the Kerry Douglases of the world that will handle some business, and they will go and they will do what they got to do. But at the end of the day, our job and our first priority is to hit the fans, not the charts, not the red carpets, but to hit people. And when you focus your attention on letting people understand your heart, your testimony, your view and perspective of God, that is what pays dividends in the end. So every moment where the business maybe looked at me and said, I don't see it. Or the radio said, I don't see it. Or the label said, I don't see it. You had hundreds of people already on YouTube covering the songs. You had a whole movement already happening with people, not powerful people, but just people. And so if you can be an artist and not worry about too much, especially initially having business success, and just work on being a minister, work on being really good at your craft and letting the people feel you. They will carry you even if the industry can't figure you out.
Wow, man. I know all the people that's watching, they're going to really receive that, man, because a lot of the young artists, they always saying, hey, man, I want to get a radio hit. And I try to tell them, I said, man, you got to resonate in the hearts of the people first, because once you resonate in the heart of the people, you get you start doing group psychology and all that good stuff, man. That's going to take you longer and longer. It'll give you a real long career.
Absolutely. Amen. Absolutely. Guys, we are on right now with Jonathan McReynolds right here on the Spotlight. Listen, Jonathan, we're talking about the new school, and I know you are one of the leaders, or you're one of the faces of this new school of gospel. How does it feel ushering in a new culture to the people?
Hey, man, it's my honor, man. It's my honor you know, we know what we're up against. We know how the world is changing. We know what the general culture is saying. So it's always just my honor to try to represent Black people, represent young people, represent Christian people, whatever it is, the best way that I can. You know, it's always been my honor to be in the weird venues and in the different spaces. You know, Sunday morning church service is great, but that's the least fulfilling venue for me. I really enjoy being in the places where we're not really supposed to be, and we're not normally, because I do feel like people get Black people wrong. I feel like they take young people wrong. I think they take church people wrong. And so it's always my honor to go in there and state a different case for them. And it's been fun, man. That's when you say leader of anything, I enjoy those spaces, and there are so many incredible leaders. I look at the Tasha Cobbs and the Travises and the Todds and the Corinnes and the Jacquelines and Kalante's coming up, Doe is coming up, Molly's already done it, and there's just so many. Kiki, who's maybe our at least vocal GOAT, if not, you know, everything else. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, it's just really dope, you know, to be a part of, to me, a very talented group, and we are all operating in our little worlds.
Absolutely.
Hey man, I heard that you you teach a little bit, right? About business. Talk to us about what you're teaching and the things that you're teaching, the business classes and things such as that.
Well, no, I don't teach too much business. I mean, anecdotally, if it comes up, you know, and they want to talk about it, I'll definitely go ahead and say, you know, what I've understood and what I've experienced. But actually, I've been teaching, and I took last year off because of a residency I was having in LA, and then quarantine and everything else happened anyway. But I think since 2014, I've been teaching gospel music actually at Columbia College. And so it's always been really fun, man. I teach an ensemble. I also will teach like some intro to gospel music classes. So I'm teaching the white boy from Nebraska who's only played rock. I'm teaching him how to play gospel music. And so it's always just been really fun. You know, sometimes after class, I'll go in the car and just cry because that's my favorite thing to do, man. It's even more than singing, teaching. It really uses every part of me and makes me feel fortunate that I've lived the little bit of life as an artist that I have, that I could bring it back to them.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Jeff, what you got?
Absolutely. So you are nominated for 8 awards this year. It is always fulfilling to be acknowledged by your peers. How does it feel for them to acknowledge your hard work? Oh, man, it means a lot to me, man. You know, again, I was not immediately embraced by everybody. You know what I'm saying? There were always somebody. There was always somebody, but it wasn't everybody. And so, which is fine. And that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't wear a chip on my shoulder because of that. I don't feel bitter because of that. Because when you look back and you say, well, Andre, what did you have to go through? He'll say the same thing. If you say, Richard Smallwood, what did you have to go through? He'll say the same thing. Kirk will say the same thing. Everybody will say the same thing. Gospel is something that will not immediately just let change happen. You know, it has to happen consistently. And so the fact that I've been consistent enough that now the Stellars, you know, I'm becoming, you know, some kind of every year appearance, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's getting awards or performing or whatever, you know, it's just really an honor. And I'm really blessed. Shout out to Don Jackson, all the Chicago crew that puts it on. I know it's an honor for both me and them that you still have heat coming out of Chicago. And so it's really dope. And I'm just really blessed, man, to be, you know, a part of this family, a part of this team. And hopefully every time they pass me the ball, I'm making some of these shots.
Well, you know what, man, I want to personally thank you. You know, I'm the CEO of Black Smoke Music, and I have a young artist that we just came out with, Pastor Mike Jr. And you guys immediately, work that you've done recently has really made that, you know, a little easier for me, because I usually love traditional artists and things like that. So when I met Pastor Mike Jr., I said, you know, I'm going to try this, this young thing. And, you know, and we haven't stopped yet, man. And I look at people like you and Travis and you guys, man, and y'all have really, you know, kicked some new doors down. You know, I you know, back in the day, I kicked some old doors down, but you guys have kicked some new doors down in gospel, man. I gotta give you love for that, man. I love seeing you on a commercial level also. So you're taking the gospel wherever it go, which is an awesome situation. And on this show, we're not overly spiritual on this show. We like to talk, kick it like boys, you know, have a good time. And I want the audience that's paying attention to you right now. What do you do? What do you do outside of gospel and sports? I know you're going to say sports, so we're going to take that off the table. We're going to take sports off the table, and we're going to take all the gospel music. And what is it that fulfills you other than that? What is it that you do, just what you do in your spare time?
Hey man, you know, I am at this period in my life where I'm really working on kind of listing and gathering all those different things. You know what I'm saying? Because to be fair, when you're in your 20s and your whole life is around accomplishing and doing well and being a spiritual leader or whatever, you know, people were giving me, I didn't take a whole bunch of note on just the human side of Jonathan. You know what I'm saying? I didn't pay too much attention talking about, you know, what he liked to do and, you know, what fulfilled him. I was just trying to not mess up. I was trying to take advantage of every stage. And so I'm probably like a 22-year-old when it comes to figuring out all those things that I just enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I've always dated. I've always had some kind of girlfriend or something around. That's part of what I enjoy. You know, I'm picking up golf. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy some aspects of that. And of course, basketball makes me feel like a kid again, and that's always going to connect me. But to be honest, my life is not incredibly musical all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a whole bunch of, I don't even listen to music while I'm driving. Like that's just where I want to think and, you know, think about what's coming up. So, you know, I'm still, you know, ask me in a couple years and be like, Jonathan, what are some of the things? And maybe I'll be able to say, well, you know, I love to go to Playa del Carmen. I like to be in, you know, Big Bear in the cabin with the snow and skiing and crap. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really at the beginning of that where for the first time in my life, I'm stopping and trying to live in between working.
Absolutely. Now, Kerry, I'm glad you said that because I believe this is a good segue to go into this or that. Jonathan, it's a game we always play. We just want to know your thoughts on these subjects. Are you ready for this?
You got it.
All right. Steph or LeBron?
Steph all the way.
All right. Apple or Android?
Yeah, that's tough. I'm Apple now, but I got a lot of love for Android because they come out with all the features about 3 or 4 years before Apple even gets it.
Android right here.
Oh Lord Jesus. All right. Piano or guitar? Which one soothes you the best?
I say piano.
Okay. Last one. How you want to end the game?
You made me look bad. You made me look bad.
When that's playing it. I don't know, man.
All right. Last one. How you want to end the game? Do you want to dunk on somebody or 3-point with a hand in your face?
Man, you know, I wish I could dunk. Like with some authority, that'd be a nice difference. So for now, I'm just gonna say a 3 with a hand in the face, which has happened many times.
Ooh.
Ask Travis.
Ooh.
I'm just saying. So
hey, now
that happens.
Okay, I got something for you.
Uh-oh.
Let's imagine that you know, you're a little younger and you're right about to come out of college. And what pro basketball team would you like to pick you?
Oh man. Well, you know, it's always, of course, Chicago's my hometown, man. So I want to bring it to Chicago, man, if possible. Right now, Golden State is probably the most fun place to be playing basketball. Yeah, I'd probably say Golden State or Chicago right now.
Hey, Jonathan, so tell us a little bit about, real quick, about what you want the listening audience to know about what you have going on specifically right now. And we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah, we got a lot of things coming out, man. So, excuse me. So keep it locked, man. There's so many incredible things. Obviously, this year has already yielded a Grammy, a movie, and keep looking out for. We got some new music that we cooking up. It's gonna be it's a fun project, labor of love type thing. We just want to have fun. I really want to inject a little more fun and lightheartedness into gospel. Even the beef with Kev on stage and everything else, man. I feel like the stuffiness of church probably needs to be a little lessened, you know what I'm saying? And also the stuffiness even of the industry. It's a little formulaic and it's a little slow moving. And so, we want to speed it up and move it to our speed, you know what I'm saying? Like keep going. Like we do this all the time. We enjoy it. We enjoy making music. And so you're going to see some of that coming out this year. I got my own little signature.
If I'd have known that, we'd have had you do a little something for us earlier, man.
Man. But yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff happening this year, man. And I'm sure I'm forgetting some stuff right now, but just keep it locked because I do about 5-6 things per year. So keep looking out for me. Of course, the tour.
I'm sure you got one. I'm sure you got. We're gonna let you go, but I'm sure you got one of these, right? Right.
Yeah.
It's a BMI Writers Award.
Oh, okay. I can see it.
I'm bragging.
Yeah, man. FC, man. Hey, man, do your shining, man. I'm proud of you. Like, congratulations. I'm surprised you ain't got 50 of those things.
Hey, well, we got it. That just came in, so I'm just.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, man. But look, it was great having you on the show, man. Next time, maybe you can come back and sing a little love song for us. I know the ladies, man. My wife love all you. I'm like, nah, you can't meet each other.
That's crazy, man. It's all good.
Yo, Jonathan, where can we find you on all social media, man?
I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at JON McReynolds. JonathanMcReynolds.com is always cool too. So yeah, hit me up anywhere.
One more time, Jonathan McReynolds on the spotlight. Everybody, put some clapping emojis.
Man. Love you, man. Peace out.
Put some clapping emojis in there. Yeah. You just heard from Jonathan McReynolds. Listen, without further ado, let's get into the single Jonathan McReynolds featuring Molly Music with Moving On right here on In the Spotlight.
In this body, never will my love be spotted. I brought my soul ring and learn to the party. Holy Ghost rectify my mind, I'm naughty. Without you, it's powder, I'm a dry line. Without your power, I'm a nightmare.
You know we say this all the time on the Spotlight. Listen, there is a gospel mix that Kerry Douglas has on all streaming platforms called the Kerry Douglas Gospel Mix 11. Listen, don't believe me? Check this out.
Kerry Douglas presents. Let's go. It's the Gospel Mix Volume 11 compilation CD. 18 tracks of the biggest radio hits of 2020, like the award-winning Pastor Mike Jr., Demetrius West, plus #1 songs from Ernest Pugh and Zacardi Cortez. Also, hear the classics like Greg O'Quinn and Joyful Noise, Ted and Sherry, and new music that moves your soul.
Created to win.
Algernon Wright, Created to Win. Plus, Angela Wilson, featuring Molly Music, Winner, and you heard it here first. What will be one of the biggest praise and worship songs of 2021? Lachey Knox, God of Miracles. Kerry Douglas presents Gospel Mix 11. Available in stores and on all digital outlets now. Text GOSPEL to 33970 for music, giveaways, and exclusive content.
That's right. Make sure you go and grab that Kerry Douglas Gospel Mix 11 compilation album today. Listen, I tell you all the time, the dope people keep coming on here in the Spotlight. And guess what? Without further ado, let's keep the good times rolling. Let's go ahead and get into the one and the only JJ Hairston right here on In the Spotlight. Let's do this.
Hairston, Youthful Praise. Oh my goodness. Did you ever think in a million years that you would be an integral component of the music that's sang in churches across the nation today?
Man, absolutely not. To be honest, when we first started, our we were a church choir, like you said. We were the teens of TFT, so we were content just singing on fourth Sundays. So the fact that people all over sing the music that we release is really an honor, but it's also very humbling, and it's also challenging because it makes us really careful not to release quickly, because we really see that people take some of the music we release and it make it a part of their church experience. So we're really careful what we release.
Fantastic. And JJ, you evolved. You've come from being the minister of music to stepping into full-time pastoring. Tell us about the transition and again the changes. It's like a wow moment.
Yeah, I mean, wow. You're right. To God be the glory. I can say I've probably been running from this for so long. My father-in-law, Bishop J.C. White, has told us many years ago that we would be pastoring. Always said no, but now here we are. My wife and I have fully stepped in to this role, and it's really, again, part of our service to the people God leads us to. So it's an extension of what we do musically. Because now we not only shepherd the people in Youthful Praise, but we're shepherding the people that we're, called to in the DC area. And fortunately, my wife has been just as strong of a leader, if not stronger than I am. So I don't feel like I'm doing it by myself. So that's the really great thing about what we're doing.
JJ, I appreciate your multifacetedness. In addition to everything that you do, you also had the opportunity to pen a book with Trina. Tell our audience a little bit about that. Of course, we're going to do some catching up, so that's what we're going to do.
Sure, absolutely. The book that we released is called The Miracle Marriage, because really our marriage is a miracle. What most people don't know is Trina and I got married very young. I was 19, she was 18. We didn't have any counseling. As a matter of fact, we didn't even tell anybody we were getting married. We just snuck off to a justice of the peace and got married. So of course, when you enter into a covenant unaware of the weight of it, you can mishandle it. So we got married, but we separated a year or so after we got married. and we were on our way to divorce. We were really we had divorce papers and everything, and then God reconciled us and reconciled our marriage. But what we want to make sure people understand when it comes to relationships is that, you know, it's not this light that shines from heaven and all of a sudden everything just comes together. There are steps you have to take. What God does is he equips us and he helps us make the right decision. But then it's up to us to make the right steps that go along with the decision that we made. So the book A Miracle Marriage basically just chronicles the steps we took to reconcile our marriage and bring us to where we are today.
That is fantastic. I applaud you and congratulations. Let's talk about the McDonald's tour, of course, which actually brings you into our periphery for this time.
Yeah.
McDonald's, of course. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm so excited about being a part of this tour. So yeah, let's talk about it.
McDonald's is thought to be innovative and unique, of course, as we're during the time of pandemic to provide, again, inspiration, celebration. And of course, McDonald's has done it for a number of years, but they're giving us the opportunity to give us great gospel music in our own locations. So tell us about your part of the ICG tour.
Well, so first, I'm extremely excited about it. This is our second time being a part of the gospel tour, this time virtually. And we're representing the DMV. And let's make this clear. The DMV is Delaware, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. But it's really like from Baltimore down to Virginia, right? And with that, there are so many different styles and sounds. So we're proud because what we do musically kind of lends to all different styles in the DMV area. Because here, when you think of gospel music in the DMV, you think about Richard Smallwood, but you also think about Anthony Brown, Morvet Brown Clark. You think about Ricky Dillard, who spent some time here. So of course we have the full choir sound, but then we have the sound of the go-go, because go-go is the sound of the city. So we have that as well. So having the ability to infuse all that in one area is kind of unique compared to most other regions. So we're excited to be a part of it. And, you know, fortunately, the McDonald's sees what we do, and the Inspiration Gospel Celebration Gospel Tour saw what we do and decided that we would represent this area. We wanted representatives of this area. So we sang a little bit, and we're going to be a part of it. And I'm excited that you all are going to be able to experience it.
Fantastic. We're excited as well. McDonald's always puts together, of course, top tier gospel talent. And the show, of course, is definitely it's ministry and, of course, very informative and very entertaining. And I like that there is a community-based association, of course, with McDonald's and McDonald's charitable arm, of course, with the Ronald McDonald's houses, which again gives the opportunity for those that are less fortunate, and especially the young people. Thank God for the emphasis on our youth. So again, shout out to McDonald's, shout out to you. JJ, of course, it's been 429 years since we've been together with you at Youthful Praise. Right. Give or take a few years. We hear that there's a reunion that's probably going to happen. What can you tell us? What can you tell us?
Yeah, so actually, I'm very excited about it. What everybody probably doesn't realize is our first record, the Awesome God record, released in 2001. Wow. I mean, we did an independent version of it in 1999, but then we released it to everyone in 2001. So that's 20 years now. So to honor that music, we're going to re-release some of it, but we're not going to just, you know, put out what was then. We're going to do it again, some of the songs again. But then, of course, we're going to record some new music as well. But this will be with the whole Youthful Praise, not just the contingent that you see now, but the original singers as well. We're going to all come together and just give God our all. So I'm really excited about it, just to be able to love and embrace the people that we first started with when we were young teenagers, and then still join them with the really professional singers we have now. It's going to be an awesome experience.
Fantastic. And of course, we are looking forward to that. My last question, if you had something to share with up and coming artists and especially songwriters, because oftentimes, we look at the people who are out in front, but we never forget that the creation of the song and, of course, the implementation of the song is a great part of gospel music ministry. So what would you say to encourage songwriters who are in the vein and trying to do things the right way? What would you have to give to them as good advice?
I would say stay unique, stay true to what God has given you. During this season, during this time that we've been releasing music, we've seen many trends, many fads almost happen, even in gospel music. We went through a phase of really contemporary music. We went through a phase of jazzy gospel almost. We had like a classical gospel that happened. Of course, we have the real strong East Coast sound. And if you're not careful, you'll try to follow every popular sound. But what I've noticed is the people who have longevity are the people that are unique. The people like John P. Key, the people like Richard Smallwood, people like Hezekiah Walker, who found their own sound. And even though they stay relevant, they still stay unique. So for all of the writers that are out there, stay unique, have your own sound, because we don't need another John Key. We need our first you. So be who God called you to be.
Powerful. That'll preach. I'm going to take your name off of it and just say that myself. I won't take up any more of your time. JJ, thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing with us. And of course, we wish you Godspeed and all of your future endeavors. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody, to In the Spotlight. You just heard from JJ Hairston. Let's get into his single right here featuring David Wilford with You're Gonna Live right here on In the Spotlight.
I shall love. If you believe that you ought to have a praise in your hand and a praise in your feet, if you know you're gonna live, yeah, you're gonna live to see it happen. 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 I said, live, 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 live. Live, 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 live. Live, 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 live. You're gonna live to see it happen. You're gonna live to see.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? And welcome back to the Spotlight right here on a Friday night. Listen, this your guy, Jeff Will. And listen, the good people keep on coming and they keep on rolling. We have none other. I want everybody to go ahead and put some fire emojis, clapping emojis in the comments right now for none other than Darius Twyman.
Hey. What's going on, Jeff? You all right, my friend?
Man, I'm feeling good. How you doing tonight, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. Listen, we pressing our way. It's a good thing. It's all good.
Absolutely. Man, appreciate you coming on a Friday night. We appreciate that. We really do, man. Tell us, man, what has been going on? What have you been doing from 2020 to now? I know the pandemic has really, affected everybody. So can you tell us about that?
Well, been stuck in the basement a little bit, in the man cave, just kind of me and God, just hanging out. Of course, my family, my wife, my children. We've had opportunities to do some virtual situations. It's a whole different ball game when it's just you, God, and the camera. And so we're kind of transitioning and adapting to this new form of ministry in terms of worship. And just it's been difficult but it's okay because God allows us and allowed us to be able to, you know, be skillful in what we're doing, man, and tactful. Just like I'm looking at your background, bro. That's phenomenal. I got to work on mine right here. I got wood, man. You got smoke and mirrors. I love it, bro. And so that's what it's calling for, that we would just, encourage each other and to sow into ourselves that we can have a better presentation for God. And so that's what I've been doing, man. I've been working on this building, trying to let folk know that he's on his way back. So that's where we are right now.
Awesome. Listen, there was there's been many people that come on the spotlight, artists, and they say, well, you know what? During the pandemic, not only did I find like some more creativity in my music and my style and everything, but I found another thing to do that that maybe I wasn't able to do before the pandemic. And it just, maybe it was, you know, I started a cooking business or something like that or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Was it anything that you got into during the pandemic that you were like, oh snap, like I wish I would have started this before?
I did a couple of things. I started doing virtual voice lessons.
Wow.
I also bought me a Cricut and started making, started my own t-shirt line called Jesus Loves Chocolate. Because my youngest daughter is dark skinned like my mom. My oldest girl is light skinned. And my youngest girl told my mother, she said, Grammy, I want to be light skinned like Rai Rai. And my mother said, hey, you a beautiful chocolate girl. She said, but the people, she said, bump them people. She said, remember this, Grammy loves you and Jesus loves you and Jesus loves chocolate. So I went ahead and trademarked that. And I started my own t-shirt line called Jesus Loves Chocolate. So people can be proud of the bag that they're in and know that God created you as you are. So I got creative with it, man. I mean, you know, and I'm excited. I wish I had thought about this about 10 years ago. It'd be a different day. I might even have hair. You know what I'm saying?
Now, let's get into the music now. From my understanding, this ain't the first rodeo right here. This ain't that, man. We go back to '98, man. Can we talk about that time back there?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Can I just jump back a little further than that?
Keep on going.
1991, my brother and I, Pastor Oscar Hayes, started a group called Abundant Life Fellowship Corral, and I was the writer, so I was able to write songs on the Ty Scott label, such as None But the Righteous, Got to Tell It, Followers of Christ, and from there transitioned to Simply Determined. And then in 1998, I released my very first project with my group called Darius Twyman and Destiny, called Fulfilling My Destiny. And so there was a little gap in the ministry in terms of recording after that, because business kind of got in the way. And, you know, the Bible speaks of it, in business be men. And so we were able to do some things independently from there. And we've kind of moved from that point on to now, where I started my own label called Character Music. And it's really it's a joyful ride to know that God gave you some ownership and some intellect to know how to actually handle business and to make sure that the ministry moves forward, that you're actually driving the car this time.
You just said something real instrumental right there, and it was the business and the music, because majority of the time, and we talk about this all the time on the spotlight, everybody always thinks it's just the music. They got to let the music speak for itself, and then boom, we're going to let God do the rest. Can you please give us a little gems right here? But don't give us too much, though.
I won't go into too much detail.
No, I'll play it. Give whatever on your heart.
Okay, I got you. Well, first thing I want to say is, if you're a writer, that you copyright your music before you allow anyone to hear it. I know a lot of times we get caught in the moments, like we're doing lives and we're doing other opportunities, and we're singing and we're flowing and and others are watching, and then you don't delete your post, and then you've written probably the next greatest hit, but because you haven't taken care of your business, you've opened yourself up to be taken advantage of. So make sure that your stuff is copywritten. Secondly, make sure that you have a publishing situation in place, whether it be ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, or whoever, so that your monetizing can be taken care of so you know how to actually get your money. Make sure that if you're doing outside things in terms of performances, that you're connected with SoundScan. Make sure that you're connected with every entity that your business can. So because you're pouring out, you want to be able to effectively get paid so your ministry can continue on, because it takes money to make the machine move. Yeah, we have, people that say, oh yeah, God gave me this and da. Yeah, be smart about your business, because if God gave you the creativity, it's up to you to go out and learn how to I don't want to say capitalize, but protect what he's giving you to move forward. So the business part, mechanical license, and I mean, there's so much stuff that can be talked about at this time. But my biggest jewel is not to allow people to take advantage of you because you did not cover yourself, in terms of what you're doing.
You guys, we are right here on In the Spotlight with Darius Twyman. Listen, he has a new single, Tell Me Where. We talk about that real quick.
Tell Me Where. I wrote that song for my mama. And people say, what? Yeah, I wrote that song for my mom. I was with my mom. I talk to my mother every morning, and I'm grateful that God has allowed her to still be here. I'm 51 years old. My mother's older, and I'm able to call her or go see her at least, every day. And we were talking one day, and she was talking about the new genre of music. She was like, I need something that I can kind of bop my head to, that I can clap to, but it's got to have Jesus in it. It's got to have something in it that's going to make folks think. And I was like, okay, Mama, I got you. She said, you better write it. I said, okay, Mama, I got you. And next thing, I was at home and I was cleaning, and the Lord kind of put a tune in my head, and I just started singing it. And it was a question. So the question is, tell me, where will you be when the Lord comes back for you? Because so many times we perfect or we make sure that when we go to church, we're acting right. We're lifting our hands and we're shouting and we're giving God everything we got. But what are you doing on the parking lot? What if he catches you after the service? What are you doing in the grocery store? What are you doing at work or at home? Will you be ready when the Lord comes back? So that's where this song kind of comes from. Tell me, where will I be?
Awesome. Listen, Darius, where can we find you on all social media platforms?
Well, on Facebook, you can find me at Darius Twyman. Under my ministry page, business page, is Darius Twyman in Destiny, which is my group, which consists of 15 individuals, as well as on Instagram, you can find me at Mr. Darius Twyman. On Twitter, Darius Twyman, the #1. And I'm available for all bookings, ministry opportunities. I'll come to you, you can come to me, and we can make a family situation just kind of grow in Jesus' name.
Everybody, let's get into this single right here on In the Spotlight. This is Darius Twyman with Tell Me Where. Let's do this.
Tell me where will I be when the Lord comes for me? Sitting at a table, saying, God, I'm wondering, yeah, will I be right or wrong, or praising God? Doesn't matter because be ready. Yeah, the Lord is coming one day soon. Tell him, gonna. Be ready. Be ready. Yeah. Tell me where. 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 Yeah, where will I be? Come on and say.
What's going on, everybody? Listen, it's about that time. Oh my goodness. I just want to say we really do appreciate you guys tuning in week in and week out. We cannot do this without you guys, and we want to say we love you. Listen, if there's any interview that you miss, all you have to do is go to the Kerry Douglas YouTube page. That is the Kerry Douglas YouTube page, so you can catch up on any interview with your favorite gospel performer. Listen, until next time, we love you. See you next week right here on In the Spotlight. Let's do this.